Welcome to Pop the Question podcast, brought to you by Sunshine Coast Wedding Collective. I'm your host, Lou O'Brien, Sunshine Coast wedding photographer and your guide to all things I do. If you're engaged and looking for fun, practical tips to plan your big day, you're in the right spot. Each week, I'll chat with a different wedding vendor to share advice and inspo in short, easy episodes. Now let's get into it. When I got married, we hired bar staff to serve drinks at our wedding. And honestly, it was one of the best decisions that we made. It instantly lifted the vibe from our wedding being a house party to something a little bit more polished and relaxed. And after photographing so many weddings over the years, I realized that a great bar can actually totally make or break your party. So from those gorgeous cocktails to perfectly timed toasts, it's the magic ingredient that makes everyone celebrate. And I'm super excited today to have Trish from the Little Bar Cart with us. Trish and I have known each other. Hello. By the way, everyone, we got Kiki again here today. She's saying she wants some kisses. Trish and I have known each other for a couple of years, and I always love working with her. The vibe is always fun. She's a great gal. She's fun and bubbly and loves to make sure that everyone's happy and that they have a drink in their hand, whether it be a cocktail or a mocktail. So hi, Trish. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Lou. Hi, Kiki. Thanks for having me.
Hi. Kiki says hi. So, Trish, for those who don't know you, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, thank you. Hi, I'm Trish. I'm the Chief Drinks Lady for the Little Bar Cart Sunshine Coast. We've been operating on the coast here for nearly 6 years, which is completely wild to think, starting just about 6 months before the world shut down back then.
Great timing.
Terrific time to start an events business. Yeah. My background was in banking for many, many years, and my girlfriend Yolanda and I used to do all of the morning teas. We'd organise Christmas parties, we'd do the fundraising events that you see businesses, corporates do. And everyone would always say to us, oh, you guys should do this for a living. This is amazing. The food's fantastic. The drinks are amazing, like blah, blah. And eventually, Yol and I went off to different businesses. And then one day she called me and she's like, we just need to do this. Let's just do it. And so we did. And yeah, it's been 6 years now, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. No one goes to a wedding to have a bad time.
No, not at all. And your bar cart, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And I just realized I've never asked you, do you actually have a name for the bar cart?
I call her Betty, but I don't generally share that. Yeah, Betty the bar cart. Yeah.
Betty the bar cart. Yeah, she is so cute. I just love her. And for most people, well, you'll be able to check out the show notes later and see what the little bar cart looks like if you guys haven't seen it. But she's absolutely gorgeous. She's like what would you call it? Like a little car?
Generally, when men see her, the first thing they say is, oh, it's so cute. That's the first thing out of the bloke's mouth. And then they say, it looks just like Brum. If you remember Brum from when we were kids, yeah. So it's kind of got a real vintage feel to it. It's very classy. It's very elegant. And when she's got her lights on and all the glassware hanging, she's really beautiful. So yeah.
Yeah.
Have a look at the photos.
Yeah. Okay, Trish, our question today is, how do you plan what to serve and when at a wedding?
Fantastic question. One of the things people don't realize is how much the flow of the day depends on what's in people's glasses and when. So you want to have a timeline that keeps everyone happy, keeps the energy up, keeps the energy balanced, and keeps the guests knowing what stage the day is at. In order for the day to run beautifully. So we use drinks to set the tone for each part of the day. So I like to split the day into 3 sections. The first one is celebration. So think post-ceremony champagne service, post-ceremony champagne tower. It's time to toast the happy couple and to do what we like to call a little bit of a woo girl.
Yeah.
Champagne is light, it's celebratory, and it's super photogenic. So that's the celebration portion. Then we move into the relaxation portion. And so this is where we start to think about, how the ceremony's done, you've come out, you've had your group photos and so forth, and then it's time for the newlyweds to disappear and have their photos done. And that can take sometimes sort of an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending, on and what's being planned. And so then what do you do with all of those people? What do you do with them? The
Yeah.
simple answer is you send them to me. Um, so a fantastic thing you can do, that's a perfect time to have a cocktail hour or make it a light cocktail hour or to serve some spritzes, something light and fresh like an Aperol spritz or a limoncello spritz, something
Yeah.
that gives your guests something social to do while you are off taking your photos. Because let's be frank, your photos are a huge part of the day and you do not want to rush that. So send them to us, we'll look after them. The second part to the relaxation phase is actually during your dinner service and your food service. So it's at this point that we recommend that you transition to keeping things nice and simple. So beer, wine, and champagne or sparkling. It's not the time for spirits. It's not the time for cocktails because you want something that's fairly neutral. And I say that not meaning to downplay the value of beer, wine, and champagne. But you
Right.
want something that's fairly neutral so that your food shines. That's the
Okay.
moment for that. So keeping it nice and simple during dinner service is a fantastic way to make sure that your food shines. You really want to emphasize the effort that you've put into making that really special for everybody.
Do
Yep.
you talk to the chefs or the catering staff to find out what food they have? Do you pair those drinks with the food?
We absolutely can do that. We've done that before for some of our bigger weddings, but ultimately it's up to you. If you want us to pair something, if you want us to do a custom something, we're absolutely on board with that all the time. Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
So the last thing that you want during your dinner service is to have the sound of a bar effectively while you're trying to enjoy your meal. You don't want cocktail shakers, making a whole lot of noise in the background, and you don't want a whole lot of noise of people coming to the bar while your dad's trying to make his beautiful toast or something like that. So keep it really, really simple, and that will ensure that dinner service goes off without a hitch. And then the third period is what we call the transition period. So you're thinking about cutting the cake, you're thinking about the dance floor finally getting happening. And that's the time to think about spirits and or bringing cocktails back into the mix. Things that are going to get people's energy back up, get them onto the dance floor, where you're going to spend a good 3, hopefully more hours, letting loose with your family and friends. And that's the best part. Often, personally, I think an espresso martini is actually a really great thing to serve with cake because instantly the mood just goes, oh yeah, we're here to party. It's that
Oh
time.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. An espresso martini, one of my favorites.
So much fun.
They're always a crowd pleaser, aren't they?
They are.
So Trish, from what you just told me, what were you saying? Is there 3, 4 stages?
3 stages that I kind of like to work with. Yeah. So celebration, relaxation, and transition.
Lovely. So the celebration is after the ceremony, a champagne celebratory drink.
Yeah.
Then the second stage is relaxation for the cocktail hour.
Yeah. And dinner service.
And dinner service, great. And then the third stage is the transition.
Yep, where we're going from sitting down and having dinner into the party, hitting the dance floor, cutting the cake, and having a whole lot of fun with your loved ones.
Fantastic. I love that. That's so cool. Thank you. That's some great tips there. Now, Trishy, next part to our little podcast episode today is our Pop the Question. So I've got a wedding themed mystery question in my trusty little camera here. And we're gonna pull one out. So it's a complete mystery to you and I. Okay. So our question today is, what wedding song do you never want to hear again?
I'm the worst person to ask that because I love all of the wedding songs.
So do I.
Yeah, I could not even count on all of my fingers and all of my toes the number of times that we have nutbushed behind the bar or on the dance floor, with the newlyweds and all of their loved ones. Yeah, I'm a wedding song tragic, actually.
I was at a wedding the other day and they did Rock the Boat. Do you know Rock the Boat, which they have in Ireland?
Yeah.
It was made famous in the TV show Dairy Girls.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. Cracked myself up. The dance floor had 2 rows with the bride and groom in front. The parents of the bride and groom were down there as well doing Rock the Boat, and it was just
Brilliant.
hilarious. Yeah.
Brilliant. I've actually never seen Rock the Boat in real life. I have seen it in that episode of Derry Girls, though, and it's marvelous.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very
good.
fun. Very fun.
Okay, so Trish, before we go, I would like you just to again give our couples just those tips really quickly, something that they can take away with them. So when they go and look at hiring a bartender and bar service, that timeline that you were talking about, what should they ask again?
So think about the timing. When is it time to celebrate? When is it time to relax? And when is it time to transition? Think about what's the plan for your guests while you're off having your photos done. And then my third and very most important tip is always say yes to a champagne tower. Always.
Okay, yes. I love the champagne tower. So much
Me
fun.
too. Yeah, and the photos are so amazing. It's so
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Big
good.
fan.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. Now, if people want to look at hiring the beautiful little bar cart, where can they find you on the socials?
On the socials, you can hit us on Instagram or on Ye Old Day Facebook,
Okay.
at the Little Bar Cart Sunshine Coast. We're also on TikTok, the Little Bar Cart Sun Coast, and that's it. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for coming. Thanks everyone for listening to Pop the Question. For more tips and advice and inspiration, you can head on over to my website, which is imagesbylouobrien.com/pop the question. I'll also have all the show notes and how to contact Trish over there. So thanks again, Trish. Have a great day. It's great chatting
Thanks
to
so
you.
much, Lou. Great chatting to you too. I'll see you soon.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
That's it today. Share this episode with your engaged friends, leave a like and comment. You can grab the show notes at imagesbylouobrien.com/pop the question. Happy wedding planning, everyone, and we'll see you next week.